Most people think losing love handles takes months or even years. I did it in 41 days using a proven system that guarantees you fast results. So in this video, I'm going to break down what that system is and how you can start leveraging it to get rid of those love handles for good, man, just like my clients did too. Now, will training your lower back or your obliques get rid of these doggy style support grips? Well, I spent hours in my bedroom as a teenager training my obliques and choking the chicken, but I never saw any progress until I understood this. This slab of butter is your body fat. Once you start to eat less and exercise more, your fat starts to melt away. But unlike how when you lift weights, you can target the muscle, but when you're losing fat, it melts from all over. You can't choose where you lose fat from. And the sad reality is that love handles are like that guy at a party who shows up early, eats all the food, and then passes out on your couch until 6 a.m. These bastards are first to come and last to leave. So over the past 41 days, I lost fat from my arms initially, and then from my titties, and then from my back, my belly, and then finally, the love handles. It's just like this jar of peanut butter. When you first start losing weight, it's scooping from the top easy, man. But the goal is to keep grinding, keep digging deeper into the jar until you finally start tapping into those love handles. Now, the reason why 99% of people never lose their love handles is because they scoop a little, lose a few pounds, and then they quit because they had unrealistic expectations. And what most people don't realize is that you need to lose a lot of weight to actually get rid of them. So how much weight is a lot? How much weight do you need to lose? Well, I lost them after losing 15 to 17 pounds, man. I was not expecting it to be that much. It's kind of like an old toxic ex. To get rid of them, you don't break up with them just once. It takes 7, 8 times until they're finally out of your life. So a ballpark figure I'd give you is to lose 5 to 10% of your body weight. If you weigh about 185 pounds or 85 kilos, then you need to be losing somewhere around this much weight until they're finally gone. But just keep in mind, to lose 1 pound of fat, you need to be in an approximate deficit of 3,500 calories. Now, if you want to reach all the way to the bottom, I'll send you 52 ways in 52 days on how you can get there faster. Now imagine instantly knowing that in the next 60 days, you're gonna lose 15 pounds of pure fat, because if you leverage this first step in the system, that's where you're headed, man. So 41 days ago, I was in a place where I'd eaten out over 100 times in the past month, man. I lived on food delivery apps, eating at restaurants, and I was just being happy and just enjoying myself. Until one day I was doing an ice bath with a bunch of my clients, and I had to take my shirt off in front of everyone, and I was never more embarrassed or humiliated in my whole life from that. And ever since that one day, I knew I needed to make a change, and I was so sick of being in this fucking ugly ass skinny fat body which was just destroying me mentally. So I decided I need to make a change. I knew that I have to start sacrificing something, and I made them in 6 key areas. And I started off with my daily meals, the big boys. I skipped breakfast because I found that so much easier than weighing my food and controlling my portions. Man, you cannot put a box of donuts in front of me and tell me to eat half a donut. How about I eat fucking half of your ass instead? Now, maybe for you, eating all your meals but controlling the portions could be less restrictive for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to choose the least restrictive option and lock it in. Now, I'm not proud of this, but I ordered so much biryani from the restaurant below my apartment. They actually called me 4 days into this diet, checking in on me because I stopped eating out completely. And the truth is, this is one of the biggest factors into how I lost fat so quickly, by eating out just once every 2 weeks. Initially, it wasn't easy, man. I felt like I was relapsing from heroin, but later, I promise you, it gets easier, man. And then I just kept making similar trade-offs with dessert. I went from having dessert every single day to just once every 2 weeks. Instead of mindlessly snacking on chips, I started snacking on controlled portions of nuts and fruits that I like, and they actually filled me up. I made sure that primarily most of the drinks I drank were 0 calorie, and I got very picky with most of the things. I was very self-aware of sauces and oils. I started using an oil spray, and instead of drowning my food in mayo and garlic, I switched it to a homemade Greek yogurt sauce for my sandwiches. Now this is gonna sound fucking ape shit, man, but it's that powerful, because if you were to make all these sacrifices, you could lose 2.5 pounds to 3.5 pounds a week. And that doesn't automatically mean you choose a very light pussy approach and lose maybe 1 pound a week. Maybe you have what it takes to do something a bit more aggressive. So say you make a trade-off that's in the middle, causing you to lose maybe 1.5 pounds a week from all of these. In 60 days, that's about 12 pounds of fat loss, which is going to be significantly getting you closer to losing those love handles of yours, man. But you need to make some kind of sacrifice, because you can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. Now, I know I said earlier that you can't target where you lose fat. So will lifting weights help you with your love handles? You're goddamn right, and I'm going to show you how. But first, I need to show you the following pictures. Here's a lovely picture of a man laying down with his daughter. Ouchie, someone got a bad paper cut. And here's Ice Cube sitting on a chair, obviously. And here's a girl enjoying her bike ride. And a man at the beach with his beautiful dog, and a man enjoying a cruise with his lovely wife. As you can see, illusions are real, man. And when it comes to looking leaner, a big factor that played a role was lifting weights. Not just because they help you burn more calories and put you in that mindset, okay, when you're lifting weights, I'm on this journey and everything else starts to work together, but because it gives you that optical illusion that your waist is smaller. And there were 2 key exercises that really blew up my back and made my waist look so much smaller. The first one was pull-ups. And if you can't do them yet, you can use a band to help you, or just hammer away with lat pull-downs. These are gold for building that V-taper body. The second was chest-supported rows. Now, honestly, any row will do a good job. The goal is to just slap on some muscle across your back and you'll start looking leaner. Ah shit, I almost forgot the secret sauce, man. Cable lateral raises, because wide shoulders on top of a wide back, that's how you shrink your waist without even losing a single inch. Just slap on 2-3 sets of heavy weight, aiming for death and in your favorite rep range. All rep ranges are going to help you build a similar amount of muscle. Choose what you prefer, whether it's 8 to 12 or 25 to 30. Now, is there a shortcut you can take if you want to speed things up even further? Well, the next step of this system is going to help you lose an extra 2 pounds of fat a month and help you get there even faster, man. Now, 30 days in after doing this, you'll start to look like a new person, man, like a rock star. But the thing is, as I was doing this, I was a kind of sedentary. I wasn't able to spend as much time walking. So I wanted to change that, because I knew if I were to walk more, this is going to be twice as fast. I took a look at my step count and Jesus Christ, man, this is horse shit. My house cat does more steps than me. So I thought, let's add 5,000 on top of this, because 5,000 steps burns about 250 calories more, and in a week, that's approximately 0.5 pound of fat lost. And normally when someone loses a lot of weight, they tend to slow down. But instead of doing this, instead of slowing down, they fucking skyrocketed back up, man. Now, to get those extra 5,000 steps, a simple way is to just go for a walk. A medium paced walk would take you maybe about 50 minutes, but a slightly faster one can take you just 40 minutes. And most of the time, what happens is these walks are so therapeutic, man. I need these now to function. So at any point in the day when you just feel so overloaded, go walk it off and drop those love handles while you're at it as well. Now, as you do this, you're going to get ripped, man, but something weird is also going to happen to you. Suddenly, there's going to be a dead stop with your progress. Because as humans, our bodies are constantly adapting. It just gets more and more efficient at everything you're doing. When I first started wanking, it was hard just once. Now you put me in a room, I'll fucking do it 20 times if I need to. So even at walking, your body starts to get more efficient at walking, so you end up burning less calories than you used to. It also gets used to training, so you end up building less muscle. And as you lose weight, the amount of calories you need to maintain your body weight changes. So if you don't change anything, you're gonna hit a wall and there's gonna be a big dip in your progress. But the moment you implement this last step, your results stop stalling and you start turbocharging your results again. Now your maintenance calories when you weighed 180 pounds and when you're 170 pounds are not the same. So you have to make those adjustments. And if you want to calculate your maintenance calories plus how much protein you should be eating and the best sources for them, check out my 15% body fat guide. You can find it in the description. Now for the sacrifices you already made, now it's about going one step further. Maybe that means snacking every other day instead of every day. Maybe it's adding 1,000 more steps or throwing on a weighted vest when you do those steps or walking incline. And in the gym, you just got to keep pushing harder. You have to be focused in that, tracking your weights, doing a few more reps, a little more weight, just upping the intensity, because these small upgrades are what keeps your fat loss moving even when everyone else's stalls. Okay, now you know exactly what to do, but the harsh truth is that despite doing all of this, there might be still a little bit of fat that's holding on to you. And to help you understand why and how to get rid of this, here's a quick story. So I met my coach, who's my best friend, in 2021. At the time, he didn't speak a word of English. So I taught him English and he taught me jiu-jitsu. He came from Brazil, broke as hell, living on pennies, and we did everything together, from driving cross country to get vaccinated to driving him around for his job interviews. We struggled for months, man. This one time we drove for 2 hours for an interview and they asked him, "Sir, where do you live?" And he replies, "I live jiu-jitsu, man." But he eventually ended up getting his dream job. And I'm not afraid to say this, but when he finally had enough money to buy a car, he showed up to my workplace and I just cried, man. Because we had worked so hard to get where he was. The thing is, the car he bought wasn't new. It was an export from America that was cancelled because of a bad car crash. But over here, they fixed it up so well that it looks and drives almost brand new. And he got it for less than half the cost of a new one. And man, he loves that car. It's not the full dream, but maybe 85% of it. But to him, it feels priceless. The thing is, if he had tried to buy it brand new, it's just not realistic because he'd never be able to afford it. Now, when it comes to losing your love handles, losing an 85% of it, just like the car, is very, very, very achievable by following the system we just went through. But getting absolutely ripped like those bodybuilders and cutting that last 15% might be hard for most of us. And sometimes it's not even worth it, because the people who are that ripped are usually walking around dead with no energy, mood, yeah, I hate you, not as strong in the gym, and they're just generally missing out on so many more of the more important things in life. Now, I'm not your dad. I'm just telling you this because I want to give you realistic expectations. So as you do this, you're going to get to a point where you just feel freaking awesome, man, in your skin. You're going to be so happy and healthy. And if you feel like you can easily go all that way, then wonderful, man. Just do what makes you happy and go for it. I am 1,000% sure you're going to fucking kill it, man. I'll bet anything. Ishi, bring me my lucky underwear. I swear on my lucky underwear, you're going to get ripped, my friend. Now, knowing how to get lean is one thing, and actually doing it requires an internal shift you need to make. So over here, I break down 5 shifts I needed to make to finally get lean, or all this would have been impossible.